Hello, everyone. It's day 87 of President Bola Tinubu's administration, and we're monitoring closely development in his first 100 days in office. I am Femi Oguntoye. Let's begin with the nation's capital, where President Tinubu has approved the return of a delegation of Islamic leaders to Niger Republic for another round of dialogue with the junta leader, General Abdourahmane Tchiani. President Tinubu made the decision on Thursday after a meeting with the top clerics led by Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi, who were recently in Niamey 2 weeks ago for dialogue. ECOWAS had imposed sanctions on Niger in response to the coup and has not ruled out using force against the army officers. Recall that on the 26th of July this year, a coup d'etat occurred in the Republic of Niger when the country's presidential guard detained President Mohamed Bazoum, and the presidential guard commander proclaimed himself leader of the junta.
Yes, as you have said, the Council of Ulamas have returned to the President for the second time to give a report on their ongoing dialogue with the military junta and other stakeholders in Niger Republic. They have briefed Mr. President about the situation, and the effort is still ongoing. Mr. President has listened to them. They will continue this dialogue. Mr. President is interested in exploring peaceful options in this, but nothing is off the table. He has asked the ulamas to continue their dialogue, and they will continue to do that.
And we are still going back there to ensure that through amicable way, through peaceful way, as spiritual leaders, we will be able to do and contribute what we can be able to do. What we want is we don't want war. We want peace to reign in our region. So may Allah continue to bless His Excellency the President for giving us this opportunity, and we want serious prayers, fervent prayers from the entire, community.
State House correspondent Femi Akande joins me live from the presidential villa. Femi, the military junta has proposed a 3-year transition period. Is it clear what the objectives are for these clerics and precisely what their goals will be?
Yes, Femi, the objectives of this cleric will be to take the message of President Bola Tinubu as chairman of ECOWAS and indeed the entire economic community of West African states to the military coup plotters in Niger, that the regional bloc totally and outrightly rejects the coup and the takeover of government and insists on the return of constitutional order in that West African country. And the sanctions imposed by ECOWAS will continue to be in place until they relinquish power and restore constitutional order. That is the clear mandate that these Council of Ulamas will be taken to Niger Republic. But yes, they might have a more subtle way of delivering that message, also considering the fact that over the years they have been able to earn the trust of people in the Niger Republic, including the military and indeed these military coup plotters that ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. So they are trying to leverage on that trust that exists between the people in the Niger Republic and the Council of Ulamas to see if they can prevail on them to relinquish power and restore constitutional order. And you also recall that they were the first people that after the former emir of Kano State, they were the first people that met with the military coup plotters, sat down with them and held talks with them. You know that the first attempt by the ECOWAS delegation, ECOWAS envoy led by General Abdourahmane was unsuccessful until after the ulamas met with them, and eventually these military coup plotters opened their doors and are even willing to engage in more talks with ECOWAS.
This council, as well as other stakeholders, have been talking about the need for ECOWAS to explore a more peaceful option. Would you say that the regional bloc is paying attention to all of these calls in the midst of its call for a standby force in Niger?
Indeed, Nifemi, the regional bloc is paying attention to all options, all calls by people from different quarters, calling for a peaceful and amicable resolution to the political standoff. But in doing that, they also insist that no option is off the table, and that includes the use of force to restore constitutional order in the Niger Republic. The standby force has already been activated and ready to be deployed at the word go, as that is if ECOWAS meets a brick wall in the ongoing negotiation with the coup plotters in Niger Republic. But ECOWAS has also said that, well, war is not in anybody's interest, and they will explore and exhaust all political and diplomatic ways of resolving this standoff before the use of force, which will be the last resort. Femi.
ECOWAS is saying the 3-year transition plan is not acceptable. We're looking forward to what more this Council of Ulamas can achieve as they journey again to Niger for a second time. State House correspondent Femi Akande live for us at the presidential villa. Still to come on first 100 days. Osun State Commissioner for Information, Kolako Alimi, joins us to discuss the distribution of federal government's palliatives to cushion the impact of fuel subsidy removal. We'll also find out what's happening at the grassroots here in Lagos with Executive Chairman Yaba Local Council Development Area, Kayode Omiyale. Stay with us.